Hello, I'm Pamela Field, and I'm very happy to announce the availability of a new video workshop that I've been working on for actually a couple of years now, called Your Dreamspell Birth Chart. Live life as art. The information from this workshop comes from a man named José Argüelles. He wrote a book called The Mayan Factor many years ago. And in this book, he explored in great detail the mathematical system of the Mayan Tzolkin calendar. Later on, he created what he called the Dreamspell Calendar. So the Dreamspell Calendar, I need to make very clear, is not an authentic Mayan calendar. However, the intention of José Argüelles was, with this Dreamspell Calendar, to create a bridge between the Mayan Tzolkin calendar and our Gregorian calendar. To make this concept of time and this count of time available to the Western world, so that we can also receive the benefits from it. So the Mayan Tzolkin calendar consists of 20 symbols and 13 numbers or tones. The Dreamspell calendar is the same. There are certain similarities between the Dreamspell calendar and the Mayan Tzolkin calendar. That's one of them, the 20 symbols and the 13 tones. So basically they rotate. The 20 symbols and the 13 tones rotate. So we're talking about a concept of time that is cyclical. The actual symbols in the Dreamspell calendar are the same as you'll find in the Tzolkin calendar. You can find these images etched and recorded on Mayan temples or ancient texts from the Mayans. So those are authentic symbols, and that's very powerful because a symbol has a resonance. And if this symbol comes from ancient times or the ancient Maya, of course, it has a powerful resonance. The names of each one of these symbols in the Dreamspell calendar are in their original Yucatec language. So the language itself and the names of the seals are or have the vibration of a Mayan language. And the purpose of the Dreamspell calendar and the Tzolkin calendar, or the Dreamspell calendar, is the same, in a sense that what it's trying to do is connect humanity, connect our planet Earth with the cycles of the cosmos, of other galaxies, kind of to link us to the cycles that are much greater than our own cycles here on Earth, our lunar cycles, our solar cycles. No, to bring us and expand that concept of cyclical time to a galactic level, to a galactic consciousness. José Argüelles talks about, and I think it's pretty obvious if we look at our Gregorian calendar, that it's not really connected with any natural cycles. The concept of 12 and 60, 12 months in a year, 60 minutes in an hour, all of this is, according to him, mechanized. And so if we're living according to a concept of time that is mechanized, that has a negative effect. That creates problems. It's not supposed to be that way. So the concept of the Dreamspell calendar and the Tzolkin Mayan is to put us into a concept of time based on the number 20 and the number 13. The 20 symbols, the 13 tones, 13 full moons in a year. The Mayans lived according to, or I'm not sure if they still do, but according to a concept of mathematics, based on a count of 20 and not 10. They considered that the 5 fingers of the hands and the 5 fingers of the toes came into that concept. So there are similarities between the two, the Mayan Tzolkin calendar and the Dreamspell calendar, but I want it to be very clear that the Dreamspell calendar is not authentically Mayan. So I don't claim to be an expert on the Dreamspell calendar, nor an expert of the Mayan culture. However, for example, the mathematics in the Dreamspell calendar are far beyond my ability to grasp and comprehend. However, the symbols for me are like family members. They're like friends. I live with them. I share my week with them according to the availability of the different symbols on a particular day and the characteristics that they offer. So I know them very intimately, and it makes me very happy to have them in my life. I've been living according to this calendar, the Dreamspell Calendar, for the past 25 years. So what I mean by that is every year I buy my Gregorian calendar and I sit down, and maybe it takes an hour or so, but I write on every day the corresponding the corresponding glyph or symbol from the Dreamspell Calendar, so that every Sunday I look at my week ahead of me and I see, okay, what's going on? How can I strategize? How can I use the seals and the symbols that are available this week to improve and enhance my life, or to achieve my goals, or to strategize my daily activities? So they're intimately part of my life, and I always, after all these years even, on Sunday when I look at the week ahead, I still get excited to see what the options are. I've offered this particular workshop for many years, all throughout Spain, in England, in the United States. So let me talk for a moment about what the workshop consists of. So first of all, one of the main purposes is to offer you an alternative concept of time. How you move in the world, how you live time, your own personal rhythm, to help you to get out of this 1260 concept of linear time, where the sensation is always, how many times do we say, on a daily or weekly basis, excuse me, I don't have enough time. That creates a very deep stress in our body. It creates anxiety. I have to get it done. I have to get it done. And that's not healthy. So living in a concept of cyclical time, every 20 days, the glyphs repeat. They come back again. They're rotating. Somehow that takes the mindset of I don't have enough time and dilutes it. It creates a feeling in the body that, okay, the glyphs will come again, it's all rotating, it's all a cycle. And if I flow with that concept of time, it creates a certain relaxation, a certain level of comfort in the body. And it's much healthier and much more creative. The idea, for example, José Argüelles talks about, the Gregorian calendar is sort of based on the concept that time is money. We get paid according to the hours we work on a weekly basis, more or less. And the Dreamspell Calendar is meant to inject the concept that time is art. Time should be lived, the sense of time, creatively. So that's one of the purposes of this workshop, to transmit that, to explain that in more detail. The other aspect, and a very important aspect of the workshop, is that you will be receiving your Dreamspell birth chart. So, obviously, all of us were born on a specific day where there was a specific symbol and a specific number. The combination of the symbol and the number, the tone, according to José Argüelles, is considered kind of like our galactic signature. I'll show you mine. Mine is Chichen with the tone 3. I think you can see that. Snake 3. So here's my symbol, the day that I was born, and the tone for me is number 3. The birth chart consists of 5 pages, and it's meant to kind of help you remember where you came from, where you're going, and why you're here right now. So the 5 pages, very briefly, are your innate talents and abilities, aspects of yourself that are incorporated, that you're using, that are basically who you are, and your innate characteristics. Another page is the guide, and that's a little bit like your ascendant in the other zodiac that we normally use. So that would be kind of like energies or characteristics that are always looking out after you, that are kind of guiding you and nudging you in a direction that's appropriate according to your life plan. The 3rd page is what's called your like-minded characteristics. And these are characteristics or qualities that you have incorporated or acquired during your lifetime. You weren't born with them, but over time you acquired them. You developed them. The 4th page is your hidden talents. Now, I remember when I read my hidden talents, I couldn't believe it. When I read it, I thought, oh my gosh, that's true. But I was completely unaware of the fact that I had those abilities. So that's kind of an important page to help you to realize and to actually become aware of certain characteristics and talents that you might possess without knowing it. And the 5th page is probably the most important one, and that is your challenge. What that means is what you still need to achieve or heal or transform in this lifetime. And that particular seal, the glyph, whatever appears in your challenge section, is as if it were the key. When that is worked on, when that is achieved or accomplished, it's as if all of the information in your whole chart is activated. It's like an activation of the memory of who you really are as a navigator on this earth at this time, your life plan, why you're here. So it's not as if it gives you precise details. This is all talking. The information on these your birth chart is all talking to, if you will, like your soul or your higher self, to help you to become aware and to remember, most importantly. So you will receive your particular birth chart. I'll explain the benefits of also painting your galactic signature and having that as a kind of a power object to whisper to you at night while you're sleeping and to help you to remember, aspects and important factors of your life. And to remember, I think one of the part of this calendar is also to help us to remember that, we're navigators. We're here to navigate. And somehow we are shipwrecked, or washed up on shore, and we've forgotten this kind of galactic aspect of our being. So part of the calendar and the information in the birth chart is to help us to remember that the picture is a bit bigger than what we are aware of, and to help us to expand our perception so that our lives can incorporate this greater vision, this more amplified perception of our existence, our life. So my connection with the Dreamspell Calendar came to me in 1993. I was in Mexico City, I think, and I received a box. It was a box. It took me a while to figure it out. And like I said, I've been living by the calendar for the past 25 years. I lived in Mexico for a while, and I did visit some of the ancient Mayan sites with people who were interesting and could talk about the mysteries that these sites contain, the history, not necessarily from an archaeological point of view. So I've been to Chichen Itza, I've been to Palenque. I had the good fortune of being in Palenque when the tomb of Pacalbotan, who was one of the ancient Mayan leaders, a very important one, was still located in the crypt in Palenque. So you could go down into the crypt and basically be in a small room with this tomb, which has a cover, I guess a sarcophagus, that is etched in the most magnificent figures and designs and art. I don't know the full story. I don't know the story that it's meant to tell completely, but it's absolutely impressive, beyond words. I did have contact with a man named Hunbatsmen, who is a Mayan timekeeper, and he very connected to the Mayan culture and their philosophies and beliefs, and I had workshops with him. I had attended ceremonies with him many years ago, and I had contact with some Mayan groups in Chiapas, in the area of Chiapas, the Lacandon and the Chamula Mayan people. So, and also, once again, as I said, the signs in this Dreamspell calendar are family members. I mean, I have affection for them, I have to say, even. So, that's basically a general overview of what the workshop consists of. I believe very strongly that this is a very helpful and practical and creative tool for all of us right now in the chaos that we're living among, to help to give us direction, to help us reconnect with our own rhythms, our own vibration and rhythm, and to, once again, to better navigate in these times. And also, I would say, to add a little bit of magic to our lives. So, thank you very much.